Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone. So, my name is Muhammad Kantara Sudrajat, and I would like to tell you a story about a journey, specifically my journey through time. So, starting from my education within my journey, which is from kindergarten, I actually skipped my second year there, and I went straight to elementary school when I was still 5 years old. The reason is because when I was in the kindergarten, I was able to read and to do simple math faster than my peers. So with the help of an insider, I went to Panaragan 1 Elementary School, where I low-key started to hate studying because of my mother. Solely because of her strictness at teaching me, but soon I found out that strictness of hers was actually what helped me to never lose first place throughout elementary school. I need to learn this the hard way because when I entered middle school, it was the start of my downfall. Sort of. The reason I say it's my downfall is because when I entered middle school, I never got first, second, or third, and my grades were quite inconsistent, I would say. But later in 9th grade, I soon find out that the reason my grades weren't as high as it used to be was not only because my lack of seriousness at studying, but it's also because of the teachers. I'm not going to explain any further about this because I find it disrespectful to talk bad about teachers, but just know that because of these two reasons, I ended up here at SMA Pusat School of Health. Now, present day, or I guess present time, everything I've just told to you from my past shaped me to who I am now. Back then, I used to think that entering private school made me feel like I failed as a student or as a son. But hey, it turns out that it's actually not that bad here, and I prefer it here than public school because of my experience at my public school. Anyway, moving on, I'm currently studying here at SMA Pusat School of Talent, and with the help of two courses I'm taking, which one is the Japanese course and the other is your typical tutoring course, as I'm also preparing for TKA. Other than that, from my past until now, I don't think I have found anything I really excel in just yet. Maybe because I haven't tried many things yet, but I do find some strengths I have, which the first one is my adaptability and train of thoughts. By train of thoughts, I mean that I always think a lot, like it borderlines overthinking, but maybe many of you think that overthinking is probably a bad thing, no? Because, well, it is a bad thing if you're only overthinking negative aspects, but for me, I think both the positive and the negative aspects. So I think rationally of what to do and when to do it, and I find that not as a weakness, but as my strength. As for adaptability, I find myself as a person that is able to adapt easily to something that I've learned without really needing the help of someone else to help me understand or explain it to me repeatedly. Other than that, I also think I am a bilingual person, which means I can speak 2 or more languages. And another strength of mine is I'm good at playing badminton. Moving on to the future, I am still kind of lost of what I want to do or where I want to go in the future. I used to want to go to Universitas Indonesia, doctor faculty or psychology faculty at Universitas Negeri Jakarta. However, due to health issues, I'm afraid I have to completely shut down my path to becoming a doctor. I still want to try psychology, however, my parents were quite concerned whether I can really go somewhere far away from home if my health issues isn't getting any better. So yeah, but if I have to say what I really want to do, then I would say I aim for being a psychologist or as a therapist because I love to listen to other people's problem and see them walk out of my door with a smile on their faces. Reflecting on my journey, I learned something that is very important to me. It might be a common quote or lesson you've heard or read somewhere, but I find it really important. Never, ever take anything or everything you have as granted. Because along my journey, I used to take something of mine that's granted and I really, really regret it. However, regrets are regrets, let the past be the past, and instead of letting that regret haunt me forever, I carry them along with me, along my journey, and serve as a reminder to never repeat that same mistake ever again. So yeah, that concludes my story, and yeah, that concludes my journey, and I really appreciate your time and participation to hear my story, and yes, that will be all from me. I'm Muhammad